All right, Gemini. For your mental space, we have the moon. I always think about, because you see the moon card here, but it looks like the sun kind of around it. Moonlight is sunlight. It's just reaching the earth in a different way, right? It's being reflected off that moon onto us. And that moon controls so many of our daily things that we don't think about, our calendar, why a day and a night is, like X amount of hours long, and how our calendar works and the seasons and all of that is dependent on, to an extent, our Earth's relationship to our moon. But again, that moon is just kind of like a filter. It's making the same information that the sun sends us, the same energy, the same, however you want to think about it, the same light. It just arrives here in a different way. So to me, this has a lot to do with our perspective and being willing to see that, you know what, sometimes we're looking at something and it looks one way in the daylight. It may be beautiful and amazing. You're looking at maybe an extravagant garden or house or whatever. And then the moonlight comes and you look at it and it scares you. Or it seems there's something about it that doesn't sit right with you. It's the same place. It's even the same light. But just because it's hitting it in a different way, it can change our relationship to it. So mentally, there may be some of this going on. Okay, having to evaluate. This is the thing. How am I looking at it? Has my perspective on it changed? Why has it changed? This card also pulls a lot into what myself and others may refer to as shadow work. Shadows about us, parts of our personalities that we dismiss or hang in the shadows, that we don't allow ourselves to recognize and accept. Things mirroring can come into play, as in what stands out or what you dislike about someone the most may be something within you that you dismiss or you don't give time or attention or acceptance to. This can get really, really deep, and just depending on your mind frame at the moment, mentally, these energies in general may be affecting you right now or be playing on your mind, weighing heavily, and it's something that you're thinking about. If you have any more comments, questions, or concerns regarding this card or any cards, please feel free to reach out to me. I like to have conversations with people. I'm more than open and willing to do that with you. In your physical space, we have the Five of Wands. Now, they're obviously fighting, right? It looks like there's some kind of battle being waged here. However, they look like juveniles. They're not dressed like with swords and armor and that kind of thing. They look like kids. And you think about kids play fighting and roughhousing. You think about any kind of martial art or most any kind of sport. You need a certain level of competition or conflict or hands-on experience to become good at it. So this card always brings to me the mindset of, I can approach conflicts as a problem, or I can approach conflicts with an attitude that I can learn from this. These people are going to teach me to be better. These people, this is an opportunity for me to learn. This is an opportunity to test myself. What is my skill set? Who am I? What is my relationship to participating in this kind of behavior? And is my perspective one that sees it as a benefit? I see that through challenging and tough moments that I can learn and I can grow and things can be bigger and better. And I'm going to be better if I'm willing to approach this conflict from a place of eagerness to learn from it. So in your physical world, this could be friends, family, co-workers, anything, absolutely anything. And if you go into any conflict from that mindset, you may be amazed at how differently you feel about it, and how different your emotions attach to it. Speaking of emotions, your emotional card is Judgment. So, emotionally, you may be very connected to judging, being either judging other people, judging yourself, feeling judged by others, feeling like you have to maintain some kind of standard to be quote unquote good or okay with them. Emotionally, that can be a very taxing energy. I would recommend asking yourself questions based on your relationship to the word judgment. What was the very first thing you thought of? Did you think of religion? Did you think of a specific person in your life or a situation in your life? Your relationship to yourself? If you're spending time standing in a mirror picking yourself apart, is that a healthy behavior? Is that emotionally healthy for you? There's lots of little things that come into play here. It may, you may want to look into furthering your education on what that is and what that does to us, whether it be self-help guru types on YouTube, reading some kind of book, engaging in conversations with people you trust their judgment and trust that they will be open and honest with you regarding your feelings on it. That's just something you may want to explore a little bit this month and be mindful of. Call yourself on your bad behaviors. If you catch yourself judging yourself or others, why am I doing that? Why does my brain want to work that way? How can I not do that? You know, some of that kind of stuff. And spiritually speaking, we have the 7 of coins here. This card really makes me think of patience. This person went out and did all this work to grow whatever this is. He tilled the land. He made sure that the soil was right. He's watered it. He's weeded it. He's done all the work. And it looks to be growing quite beautifully. However, it cannot benefit him if he doesn't give it the time it needs to mature. So if you're feeling spiritually like I'm not where I think I should be, I'm not as connected as I think I should be, or, you know, I'm not ticking these boxes and I'm not being rewarded for my diligence, this card reminds us of patience and being able to understand that things take time. If you've implemented new routines regarding your spirituality and you're just like, well, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Why am I not feeling better or feeling, you know, whatever I expect to feel? You may have to take a look at your expectations first off, but you also need to be understanding and considerate that good things take time to grow. Sometimes it's a lot of little over and over and over again. Going out and plucking that weed and going out and watering it and being involved, and that in time it will grow and it will be reliant on how much effort you put into it. If this guy half-assed this plant, you know, and didn't take out all the weeds and didn't take care of the soil properly, didn't give it all the water it needs, it may still bear fruit, but it may be lacking because the nutrients and the work that he needed to do wasn't there for it. So again, patience and being okay with things not meeting some expectation that you had placed on it. What I'm going to do now, Gemini, is pause the video, move the cards out of the way, and get ready for our second part of the reading. We have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Oh, fire and ice. I see like hot and cold. This is fire energy. This is water energy. This is creative beauty, being in a flow of passion, excitement, those kinds of energies. The Queen, on the other hand, is the emotional attachment to those, to anything, your willingness to emotionally connect with someone. These are both queens, meaning they're the mature feminine form of these energies. And I say fire and ice like they're opposites, but I don't necessarily mean that these are two opposing energies. What I'm saying is, like that's fire and ice sometimes, like, that goes together in a weird way. For the fire can melt the ice and the water can put out the flame. Like, there's this weird give and take between these two kinds of energies, and putting them together is intense, but can be a really good intense. These coming out as your challenges. This may just be calling your attention to maturing these aspects of yourself. Are you finding time to emotionally connect and be passionate and excited and open with people? Why is this hard for you? Is it you can control it too much and you don't express these things openly? Or do you not give them the time and the energy they deserve? Are you, I wanted to say mitigating, but I don't think that's the word, diminishing how important they are in your life to have some passion and excitement and connection? This could be very personal kind of stuff that's hard for me to exaggerate on here in a general reading. But when I started talking about these energies, if something came to mind specifically, and these may be two people you're dealing with, one's really fiery and one's super emotional and sensitive and connected emotionally into something, but another person's just excitement and raw, and you're having to deal with all of this. It could be playing a part in this conflict up here of having to deal with other people's extreme, you may feel their extreme energies, or these may be, being that you are the Gemini, these may be two aspects of yourself, both your fire and your water elements coming up, and how are they going to play together, and how are you going to express this in a healthy, mature way? We have the Three of Cups and the Nine of Coins. The Three of Cups a lot of times is a party card. It's typically depicted with three people, three women sharing of cups, having a good time, like cheersing. Here they're like dancing on top of the cups. This is like a girls' night out kind of energy, like the people you're close with that you can connect with and be yourself with and be really authentic with and enjoy time together. You have joy, you have fun. And there's this just ease of connection with them that allows you to be you. You feel supported in being yourself with these people. So coming as a strength, are you someone that people feel that way with? Do you have some sort of group of people that can support each other and can be authentic and real with each other? And also the Nine of Coins coming. This is someone who, so this is the 7, this is the 9. She put in this work. She was patient. She understood that it would take a while for these fruits to ripen. And now she has them very proudly displayed. She has a big fancy hat and a fancy bird and a fountain. Like, she put in the work. She waited. She understood. And she has created a wealth for herself, a worth for herself, for her space. This isn't necessarily about luxury, but this is about understanding value and the willingness to do the work to then be able to say, yep, I've done this and I feel really good that I've created this space for myself. Those two strengths of not only being able to have fun and enjoy things, but seeing the worth and the value of your space, of the work that you do, the time that you spend, your willingness to be patient and and diligent and mindful. And so appreciate these aspects about yourself. Appreciate these two cards coming together, you know, that no fun makes you a dull boy, or all work, no play makes you a dull, whatever it is. My brain's not working. But Gemini, you have these two aspects. You know when to work, you know how to do it, you know how to get things done. You can put in that time and energy. You also can have a really good time, and you can maybe be a little silly or do things that are outside of normal stuff, maybe. But it's because that you feel able to be authentically yourself and have those connections and have fun with people. So remember those aspects of yourself this month. Appreciate those aspects of yourself this month. And these are kind of opposite cards. Again, opposite here. There's a lot of all the different suits. We aren't heavy-handed on any one thing. We have coins, wands, cups, and oh, we don't have swords. I guess we don't have swords, but anyway, there's all elements here, and you Geminis are known for that kind of duality in your life. Appreciate it. Use it to your strength that you do have this duality. You do have these two parts of yourself, and how can you make these work together to best benefit you? This is moving away from behaviors, actions that aren't okay anymore. A lot of times this card can actually depict moving away from an unhealthy relationship with someone or something. So taking the steps necessary to physically, mentally, emotionally remove yourself from whatever the situation is. So if it's in work, relationship, whatever, it's recognizing that that's not where you want to be anymore and taking steps to not have to deal with it. And that's coming out in your need to know section. So are you doing that? Is there something specifically that came up when I said moving away from bad relationship? You know, what came to your mind? Why did it come to your mind? And what are you doing about it? Four of Wands. Out of the whole deck, these are the two kind of party cards. As you can see why. There's people dancing in both of them. It looks like a good time. These people even have fireworks. This card, sometimes people talk about it as the marriage card because it's foundational. There's 4 set points. Kind of represents the 4 pillars of a home, that kind of energies. But there's also a creative freedom because it's a Wands card. So dancing, I think, is a very good representation of that. People feeling music. Why is music a thing? Why is it so important to us? Why and how can it affect us so deeply and inspire us? And if you turn off the sound on your favorite movies and just watch them, and it's different. Like the music plays such a role in affecting our perception of life, and the good and the bad and the scary and the exciting and all of that. So this coming out in a suggestion card, I'm really getting this carefree connectiveness feeling, this in the flow. When people are truly connected to music and they're just dancing and they're going, they don't care what they look like. They don't care about someone else's perception of them. They are just letting the music move their body. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you because you don't know how to dance and you don't get that, you likely have some other form in your life. Do you paint? Do you doodle? Do you draw? Do you craft in any way? Are numbers your thing? You know, I'm thinking of an accountant for some reason, where they can get lost in the flow and things just feel good and right, and they're just there enjoying it. So look for those places to have that kind of freedom this month, to let yourself just be yourself and have some joy and dance your little rear end off if you need to. But All right, Gemini, this was a really fun reading to do. I think that if you look for the opportunities, and it's all going to come down to your perspective, as always, your perspective on the situations and the conflicts and the opposing energies, or the even within yourself, to appreciate them and to know that, you know, it's all perfect. It is. It might not always be comfortable or pretty, but it's perfectly arranging you for to take the next step and have another awesome experience. You know what I mean? Like, just enjoy the fact that you're a human and you get to wake up day after day and do it over and over again, and you can control your perspective on all of it.